Hi folks, Ray DVD here on the Movie Reviews 100 channel again. Unfortunately, we've got another tribute week with a well-known legendary comedian from Britain. I don't know if he was as well-known outside of Britain. Rik Mayall, who sadly passed away this week. He was such an iconic figure from us in our childhood. At the time, when we were young, the established comedians at the time were all like in their 60s and stuff, they were appearing in prime time TV, and it was all sort of very sort of conformist and whatever. And then along came Rik Mayall and Adrian Edmondson and some of his friends, and just shook it all up. It was like the punk rock of comedy had arrived, and Rik Mayall was like the Johnny Rotten. He was the sort of poster boy for this new wave, new alternative comedy. And we would say, no, we would start off with the young ones, which was like, you seen there were a bunch of students and whatever. And then they also had the comic strip, which I actually preferred. It was like they did parodies of films and stuff, but gave them a sort of British sort of things and slant. It was like spaghetti western, but it was like set in like I don't know, Devon or wherever it would have been. And these were really, really well written, and it was this is when they first began. They would go into the Filthy Rich and Cat Flap, where you had Rik Mayall and Adrian Edmondson and Nigel Planer. Sort of playing out of work actors and agents and stuff. It wasn't that well received. The viewing figures weren't that good, but it was still good to watch, And then he would go on to play the New Statesman, where he would play a Tory MP, called Alan Bastard, and then he was just like slimy and just as you can imagine any Tory MP, and a really, really fantastic character. And then it would come on to what was probably my favourite of the Rik and Adrian characters was the two boys in Bottom. They're really, really funny guys. They were like flatmates and they were like trying to get sort of girlfriends and stuff, but they were just, it's typical Rik and Ed humour. There was like the frying pans over the head, the innuendos, the fart jokes, all that stuff. It was absolutely brilliant, and they actually took these shows away on live tours, throughout the country and stuff, and they were really, really brought out a couple of DVDs and they were absolutely hilarious. I was just watching a couple of them online when they were like, they would fluff their lines, there was outtakes and stuff, and just the chemistry between them, the two of them, was absolutely brilliant. He didn't make that many films, they only made 2 or 3 films, I believe. Alan he reviewed Drop Dead Fred, which don't know if I've actually seen all the way through, but it'd be well worth seeing that, what Alan says in his review. Then him and Ed would do a Guest House Paradiso film, which is loosely based on the characters from Bottom. Didn't get good reviews at the time, but it's just great to see them on the big screen. Then when you see the cast that they had there, they had Simon Pegg in that film, they had Vincent Cassel. Really, really, I'll need to revisit again. I was trying to find it online to try and watch, but I couldn't see the actual film, so maybe buy it on DVD. Now, a lot of the Americans or world film goers, you probably have seen him before on the big screen, but you wouldn't have known who he was. He actually had a bit part in American Werewolf in London. When you see him going into the Slaughtered Lamb, there's guys playing darts and everything, and there's a couple of guys at a table. Rik is actually the young guy in that who he's got the bulgest eyes and stuff, and it was great just to see him in that wee cameo role. So he's maybe not that well known outside of Britain, but to everybody in the UK, he is an absolute ledge, and as Rik would say, and thanks for all the memories, Rik. Thanks very much. Bye for now.